Hello citizens and welcome back. This is just a little video I wanted to do on the current ticketing process at Manchester City and how City fans are actually struggling to get hold of Champions League semi-final tickets against Real Madrid because of the lack of restrictions put in place by the club and how it's just a lack of loyalty from City towards the fans at the moment. But before we do, make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well, and yeah, let's jump into it. As a City fan, and I'm sure like every other City fan, there are so many good things to say about the way the club is run, about what we do for the community, about the money put into the club. I cannot fault from where we've gone from 2008 when they took us over to where we are now. We are the envy of world football. You know, we're even envious of Real Madrid, the team we're playing in the Champions League semi-final. Their president loves to hate on us, loves to accuse us of financial doping, accuse us of cheating, and they're the team that had the Galacticos back in the early 2000s. They're the ones that built that mad team with all that money. And they're the ones accusing us of spending too much, and this club, honestly, we're going from strength to strength. They've done really well. Of course, we've got sister clubs now all over the world. The network they've built is phenomenal, and the brand they've built is phenomenal. And I guess that's where and that's the thing about this, and unfortunately this is part of football, is that the owners and the chairman and everyone associated with the club at the moment, they're trying to build a brand. They're trying to get away from the club and go into brand. And of course it makes sense. It's where all the money is. But City fans, Mancunian City fans in particular, and loyal City fans as well, they're struggling to get hold of tickets for matches. Now, when you listen to rival fans, there's three cheap things they go to. We bought the success, we haven't won a Champions League, and we have no fans. And, the Etihad is nice and quiet. And part of that problem is down to the club rather than the fan base itself. We're in the second division, we're in the first division back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and we had record attendances there. Main Road was always packed, it was always full. We followed the club home and away. There were good times, and a lot of times, when you speak to the older generation of City fans, they're not going to say that we were a better team back then, but it was more fun, and it felt more of a home club, and we'd have whip-arounds for the other clubs in the Great Manchester area, like Bury, Rochdale. I remember buckets coming around Main Road, even when we were in the second division, buckets coming around asking for the fans to give money towards these clubs who were struggling. And you just couldn't imagine that happening today. You couldn't imagine that happening with the club we have now. And again, we've come far. We've come a long, long way. We've done remarkable things as a club. We've achieved so much, and I'm loving the ride. And I love having the YouTube channel as well to express it and share it. Being at the ground is an incredible experience. I do have a season ticket. I don't always go, and that's on me, and I will say one of the things that Etihad struggles with is filling up. And one of those reasons, I've always said it, is that season ticket holders don't always go to the games. And season ticket holders will choose what games they go to. They have the right. They bought the ticket, I suppose. And now I fall in that category as well sometimes, because sometimes I do the watch along here and I don't go to the games. But before I had the YouTube channel, I was going to every game. I hadn't missed one in like 7-8 years before COVID. And that includes all the cup games, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and Champions League. I went to all of them. But the club, more and more, and we're seeing it in particular in the last couple of seasons, in the summer, they put tickets for every home game in the league on sale at once. They all go on sale in the summer. And that has two negative effects. It has a positive effect for the club because they get that money in early. They ensure ticket sale. But the negative effect is that if you can't afford tickets for certain games, you can only pick and choose where you go to at the time because you don't know how much money you're going to have in advance. And of course, the cost of living at the moment is ridiculously high. And it's a struggle to go anywhere. It's a struggle to get public transport these days for some people. This isn't a fun time for many. And so you're going to pick and choose and you're only going to go to the cheaper games. Makes sense. Because if you could afford to go to all the games, you'd buy a season ticket. So the club put all these tickets on sale. And of course, what also happens when them tickets go on sale in the summer is the touts and people like that buy all of the tickets for the big games like Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Tottenham, all the other big games as well. And then they sell them at extortionate prices later on. And it's hurtful to the local community who can't go to these games, the fans that have been going to games all these years, because you put all the tickets on sale at once. And, you know, if you put them on sale a couple of weeks beforehand and give people a chance to save the money for it, they might be able to go, but they can't go. Another thing that happens because of that is that, you know, throughout the year, you'll get loyalty points for the games that you buy and the games that you go to. And for these big games like United, like Chelsea, like Tottenham, like Arsenal, you know, like all these other games, or as the season goes on, you should accumulate loyalty points that go towards buying a ticket for later games in the season. You shouldn't be able to buy the last game of the season in the summer before the season even kicks off. That's unfair, because if City are going to win the league on that day, tickets are going to be extortionate because touts have already bought them for that game. They should go to fans who've been to the games previously in the season. I think that's fair. And now in the Champions League, City, for the semi-final against Real Madrid, put their tickets on sale. But for some reason, they've got rid of all restrictions, so anyone with a City membership can buy tickets for the game. You don't have to even be a City fan, you just have a City membership, which is something like £5 or £10. I can't remember exactly how much it is. It's a long time since I bought it. But you can go on it, and without any loyalty points, without going to any previous Champions League games, you can buy a ticket for the Real Madrid game. And of course, what's happened? City fans are unable to get them because the website obviously gets overloaded, it gets crashed. And all these touts have bought up all these tickets, and now tickets are going on sale on ticket sites for up to £600, £700, some of them. Where I sit in the Colin Bell stand in the upper third tier, I love my seat, by the way, it's great. Tickets are going there for £275 each. And people have bought 6 tickets, up to 6 tickets, and are selling them all at like £275 each for that area. And it's wrong. And they've not had to go into any previous City games for that. They've not had to do anything special. They just had to join the City fan club thing for like £5, £10, and then they can buy tickets and sell them for extortionate prices to probably other tourists or City fans who are desperate to go to a Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid, which is a big game. And the problem with that is that Real Madrid semi-final Champions League is one of the biggest games of the season. It's a huge opportunity for us to actually get past and reach another Champions League final, which we don't do often. And in the biggest game of the season, you should have that stadium full of City fans. Not fans who are wearing what people call half and half scarves, which they are, which a lot of people hate. You know, not tourist fans who come for a day and go to a club shop and spend all the money and then go into the ground and just stand and clap. Not any of that. You want diehard City fans who have been to previous games this season, who have been to 15, 20 games, because some of these people can't get games. There are people who've gone away to Leipzig in the Champions League, gone away in other Champions League games and unable to get tickets because they're not prioritized for this game, which is an absolute joke by the club. It's an absolute joke, and it's disappointing to see because it shouldn't be like that. It should be just for City fans, and I don't care if you're from Manchester or from other places. If you're a City fan and you've been going to games and you've been going to previous Champions League games in this run, you should have priority access to them tickets. You should not be able to just sign up on the website and then buy tickets willy-nilly when they go on sale. That is not how it should work, and the club should be disappointed with themselves. And like I said, I love the club. They do so many things right. I love the chairman, love the owners. You know, the players are phenomenal. And this fan base is phenomenal, despite what people say, despite what rival fans say. When they call it the empty had, you know, whenever I go, the atmosphere is always good fun. It's always great. The City fans are always up for it. Yes, you get people who are not into the game. Yes, you'll get people in the family stand just clapping away. You know, I do it on the watch-alongs. When we score, don't always celebrate that highly, you know. But however you celebrate is up to you. But it should be still full of City fans who are going to make that atmosphere vibrant, who are going to make that atmosphere colourful, and who are going to make it difficult for the Real Madrid players. And that's not going to happen. And that's on the club. And it's disappointing. And I can only really see it getting worse because City have put in plans to build the expansion of the Etihad, which, by the way, if you speak to any City fan, is a surprise. I don't think any City fan would look at the Etihad and go, "Ooh, that needs expanding," because we know we don't fill it out on a regular basis. We know that. But the club, in ensuring that anyone can buy these tickets, make sure the club is sold out, that the matches are sold out. And with this hotel being built now, I can only see it getting worse in the future. So City need to address this problem because it is a problem. It is a problem for loyal to City fans. It is a problem for all City fans because regardless of whether you go to a lot of games or not, you should hope that your stadium is full of City fans. And that's not going to be the case. Who knows how many Real Madrid fans are going to be there now? Who knows how many fans of other teams? I've already seen on Twitter people posting, I've seen a thing on Twitter about a Chelsea fan who just signed up on the website because it was cheap enough to join the City fan club, then bought tickets because he couldn't see Real Madrid against Chelsea, so he's going to the Etihad to watch him. What kind of madness is that? I mean, it says a lot about that Chelsea fan, but it also says a lot about the club that that's allowed to happen. And the fact that they're allowing tickets to go on sale for up to £700 on these websites and being sold to potentially other City fans, that should also disappoint the club. And yeah, I don't think it's good enough. I really don't. And I really think it needs addressing. How that gets addressed is only up to the club, isn't it? The club can do what they want. They own it. They can sell tickets to whoever. But tickets on sale in the summer shouldn't be a thing. Sell tickets a couple of weeks in advance. Yes, I understand the club's point of view, which is maybe that game doesn't sell out because they've only been on sale for a couple of weeks. That's up to the club to lower prices in a cost of living crisis, which it is. Yes, the club need that money as well. Yes, the club are undergoing a financial fair play thing. But fans are struggling to survive, let alone go to football games. So the club needs to do something better about that as well. And yeah, just more needs to be done. And I'm really disappointed that the Champions League in particular, the biggest game of the season, a game that all City fans who've been going to previous games should be able to go to or be prioritised first, and they should be asked first if they're going or not, that they can't go and watch this club play in, what could be a treble winning season for us. It's disappointing, isn't it? It is. It's absolutely shocking. I'm shocked. And do you know how the club are treating us? The club are treating us like we're not really here. We're not really here. And it's appalling. Thanks for watching.